It's time for Where You Live with Gene and Tony, the show that's all about owning, buying, selling, renting, and association management. If it involves a home, we'll talk about it. Here's your chance to get your homeowner questions answered. From the Concierge Landscape Studios, here's Gene and Tony.
Needed the shelter of someone's arms, and there you were. Needed someone to understand my ups and downs, and there you were.
Good morning and welcome to Where You Live with Gene and Tony. I'm Gene Sullivan.
And I'm Tony Crockett. How are you today?
I'm great. And
Good.
you?
I'm just dandy. I think summer is here for sure.
Yes, it is.
4th of July around the corner.
Do you have big plans for the 4th?
You know, we do the same thing every year. We go to Veterans Memorial Park in Richfield and spend the day pretty much. They have a swimming pool and they have a little carnival set up there.
Big doings.
Big doings. They usually have several bands and then, of course, fireworks at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
That's great. Well, folks, it's so good to have you with us. You are listening to Where You Live with Gene and Tony, and we are broadcasting from the Concierge Landscape Studios. We're brought to you by Extreme Exteriors and American Family Insurance, the Kim Bennett Agency. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about a number of homeowners in the condo association where they live are upset because one of their fellow owners, who is a landlord and owns a lot of units there, they say he's cheating the system and owes the association well over $100,000.
Wow.
We're going to be talking about that. And then a little bit later in the show, too, we'll be talking about the story. I'm sure everybody's heard about it in Stockton, California. I think Stockton is probably the largest city to date. I don't know if it's just in California or in the United States. That has filed bankruptcy.
Yay.
And that's going to mean a huge difference in the life and lifestyle of those that live in Stockton. We're going to talk about that and talk about HOAs. Have HOAs ever gone bankrupt, and what does that mean to a homeowner living in an association? That and so much more. Well, without further ado, it is now time for Property Management in the News. Property Management in the News is brought to you by Pest Control Services. When you need to get rid of unwanted pests in your home or rental property, call someone who's responsive, professional, and a proud member of Angie's List. Give owner Greg Keener a call at 952-894-9748, Pest Control Services. And so we will begin with that first story. We have a news clip that comes from the Fox 29 News from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Eric?
About a condo building in Camden County, New Jersey, are dealing with a serious problem tonight. They say their landlord is cheating the system while their building slowly falls apart. They live right on Route 70 in Cherry Hill at the Barclay Towers condos. And I tell you, they had a lot to say to our Fox 29's Chris O'Connell. Chris, good evening.
Yeah, Thomas, if you live in condominiums, you know you rely on your neighbors to pay those condo association fees to pay for things like security, maintenance, and amenities. Well, when one of your neighbors stops paying those fees, everyone pays the price. And for the people who live here at Barclay Towers, they say they're paying dearly. Chris O'Connell from Fox 29, doing a story on Barclay Towers. We found landlord Michael Klein outside his Lakewood, New Jersey home, but it's the 11 rental condos he and his wife own here at Cherry Hill's Barclay Towers that we wanted to talk about. Specifically, the $133,000 in back maintenance fees he owes according to the condo association. Sir,
this is the worst that we've ever had it.
Building manager John Ross says Klein's refusal to pay fees for years is now affecting the whole building. The 24-hour security desk remains unmanned. There's no money. Landscaping and other projects are on hold. And the community pool, for the first time ever, is closed for the summer.
That's what we do most of the time all summer, is spend it at the pool. Now, what are we going to do?
Just makes everybody else suffer for, that do pay. I was asking everybody else, it's not fair for everybody else as well. It's just not right.
The association estimates Klein rakes in at least $8,000 a month in rent, a lot of it in cash, but pays back nothing.
The electricity and all the bills are tied into your condo fee. So if you don't pay your condo fees, you're getting free electricity, free everything. And that's what's killing us.
When we asked Klein about it, he didn't have much to say. Sir, you owe $130,000 to the people. What do you tell those people? What do you tell those people, sir? Klein hurried inside and quickly called police on us. Meanwhile, fellow residents weren't as shy, sending a message to Klein.
I would like to say shame on you and straighten your stuff out and do the right thing.
Now, the association could take Klein to court, but they say that takes money the association doesn't have. So every month those fees rack up. Meanwhile, property values and the condition of this building go down. We're live in Cherry Hill tonight. Chris O'Connell, Fox 29 News.
Wow, $133,000.
Hey, listen, that's one of the worst I've ever heard of. And back dues.
Yes,
how about you?
There's one that I knew about a few years ago that
pretty
was
bad.
Getting I guess about half that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Well, and as usual, he's giving all of us landlords a really bad name, which disgusts me.
Yes, I can't. I'm incredulous when you hear about these amounts. I don't know what the size of the condo association is there, but
that's true. They never said the number of units.
But I'm thinking, even if you're talking about a larger complex, let's say 100 units, and this guy owns 11 units, that's over 10%.
Yeah,
that they're not getting money. If it's 200 units, 5%, that's a huge amount of money not to receive at all.
Right, and as the manager, John Ross, was saying on air, their condo fees include electricity to the unit, probably then heat as well.
A lot of
don't
the
you
basic
think?
utilities.
Probably water, sewer, trash are all tied into those monthly fees. So not only is he's not just letting his neighbors down on common area maintenance, but all of the utility bills as well.
No, certainly you can't take away anything from a guy like this who is clearly bilking the system, and he's receiving all of this monthly income and not making any payments.
Right.
Hopefully, he is paying at least the mortgages on there.
You know what?
But
I'd say it's probably
knows?
better if he's not, because if he gets foreclosed upon, maybe they'll get some good owners in there that will pay their share.
My thinking is probably not, because if this is something that, don't you think, has gone on for over a year?
Well, it says years.
Years, that's right. So
yeah.
if he hasn't been making those payments, I think they would have probably
foreclosed by now. So why did it go on so long, do you think? Why? That's where I see the problem, is that the association was not proactive.
Yeah, one of the homeowners said, shame on you. I say, shame on the association. Where were they in all of this?
They have the power to foreclose for non-payment of their monthly assessment, and I think they should have taken that step a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And so clearly we don't know the backstory. We don't know what's done.
Sure.
I would imagine that they have made attempts at trying to collect money with some things, but obviously they didn't get this man's attention. And of course, nothing gets the attention of an individual like saying we're foreclosing and taking that property away from you.
Another bit of advice I would have given them, and you probably would have too, early on. We know that he's getting income from these 11 condo units. Let's go to small claims court. Of course, that's got an upper limit on the amount owed, correct?
That's right.
Is it like $10,000 now, I think?
Mm-hmm.
So early on, they could have gone to small claims court for almost no legal fees, gotten a judgment, and garnished those rents.
Yes, they could have.
That would have been a good step.
Well,
in the beginning.
Here's the other thing. I think they probably could have gone to small claims court, but done it in sections. Why not just say,
there you go.
We're going to just take you for the amount owed between June.
So even now you're
June
saying
1, 2010, and December
31, 2010.
And just do that, and do that period of time.
That's a great
collect,
idea.
Then you're back in in court and you do it all over again.
That's a great idea.
I mean, I don't think there's anything says you have to do.
And the difficult thing, when you go to small claims court and get a judgment against someone, that's fairly easy if you have good records showing you didn't pay. The tough part is finding money. Garnishing, you might have the power to garnish, but how do you find the money? In this case, it's right there. They see where the money is.
Here they see that there is money coming in.
That's right.
The only difference would have been, of course, had this been in Florida instead of Camden County, New Jersey, the state statute there would have allowed them to immediately just turn to the renter without going to court.
Ah, that's right.
That happened a year ago there.
That's right.
But anyway, we hope that the association, we will begin to take action on this ne'er-do-well.
They definitely need some legal advice.
They need to.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we need to take a break. Don't go away. We've got a lot more of Where You Live with Gene and Tony after these messages.